Okay, team three, here we are. Got you, I've got your post up right here, and then Rebecca, I think, okay, no questions here, nothing really to address in your writing, so let's go ahead and jump right over to the presentation. I just want to make sure, there we go, perfect. Okay, so the cover looks great, really very dramatic, nice, good introduction. I think it's very, very inviting. A couple of recommendations for the cover itself. So we've got Subaru vehicle configurator kiosk design proposal. And then over here you've got user prototyping. But in conjunction with this, there's a couple of things I would recommend that you add to the cover. And that is in the case that you guys want to use this. And I can't imagine why you wouldn't use this piece individually for your individual student portfolios to reflect the fact that you have experience working collaboratively in a team. Specifically using HCD and design thinking. So my recommendation for the cover is to make sure that you include the fact that this is a team project, that it is human, it revolves around human-centered design, and you're including design thinking. That will really, I think that will help a lot of portfolio reviewers, and when the time comes, hiring professionals when they're looking at your final portfolio. And honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of times in presentations, portfolio presentations, hiring professionals have a tendency to kind of skim through things quickly. And for that reason, I recommend that you go ahead and include the fact this is HCD and design thinking as well as a team project, because it will induce the viewer to go through the project to understand there's more to this than just a vehicle configuration kiosk design proposal. Hope that makes sense. If not, team, let me know, because I'll clarify that, because it's pretty important. Subaru, I would recommend that you find a different logo for Subaru. If you Google Subaru style guide, or branding elements for Subaru, or Subaru branding style guide, or something like that, there's a good chance you'll find their style guide with alternate logos shown. Right now, this is very, very difficult. The word Subaru is just almost impossible to read in the cover here. Okay, about, good job. You start with an open quote, but this quote never ends. So, I mean, there's no end quote here. So if this is a quote, make sure that you either paraphrase it in a way that it's not a quote, and so that it's the viewer is looking for the end of this quote and a description of the quote. And I know I did. So that quote right there should either be removed or paraphrased in a way that it doesn't have to include the quote. Okay, so the about page is good. The team, excellent. Okay, good, good, good. Again, logo right there. Okay, excellent. Problem analysis, excellent. This is a good problem analysis. The more details you can get on this, the better. But again, I see something here. Okay, using a configuration, how can we address the need to a car buying consumer with a focus on human-centered design? Excellent, excellent, very nice, nicely done. IDEO, deep dive, our team is considered. Okay, good job, good job. All right, solution thinking. Excellent. So it says right here, thus far we're concentrating on 3 potential solutions, but I'm only seeing 2 bullets here. So I would recommend that you really, really start nailing down your consistency here in the presentation. Research and market analysis, excellent. Vehicle configurator kiosk, excellent. Okay, one of the things I'm seeing here, team, is that it doesn't look like you're designing with a grid. And let me just show you some examples of what I'm talking about. Right here where we start this presentation, this page is different than the next. As we can see, you've got the centered title, then you've got the name of the team member who's responsible for the work. But these bullets are pushed all the way over to the left, where these ones are indented quite a bit. So there's a little bit of inconsistency in visual presentation there. I would recommend that you address that. Okay, let me just go back here. Can Tesla. Okay, kiosk provides realistic setting for test driving of vehicle. Testing provides in-depth feature pad that allows customization before test driving. Okay, shouldn't this be listed before test driving if it's part of it? It just this bullet should be listed first. If that's the first thing we do is touch screen to provide an in-depth feature pad that allows customization before test driving, and then we'll go into test driving. That makes sense, doesn't it? Because right now you're saying kiosk provides realistic setting for test driving, and then you give the test driving. But over here you say we'll provide an in-depth a pad allowing customization before test driving. So following that, this should be listed before your test driving features in your bullet list. Project button and next holographic model. Order options to produce a customizable vehicle. Okay, good job. Prototypes look good. All right, you're looking good. Good start. Again, I think that my recommendation here in terms of presentation is to set a grid. And it's not, you don't have to, but I'm seeing some inconsistencies in layout based on this particular setup. And let me just show you real quick what I'm talking about. Okay, so the About page and the Problem Analysis page are both textual pages that have an image. Well, this doesn't have an image, but has the headline and then the text followed by the footer of the page. In this case, it's an image and a logo. In this case, it's just the logo, right? But watch what happens. Now, here's the About page. So that's centered, right? So it would stand to suit that this is going to be centered as well. However, the type, this type, and I'm going to place my cursor right here so I can scroll down and see that the type on this page starts right here, whereas the type on this page isn't consistent. Do you see what I'm saying? Conversely, if we take an average of the ragged right type and come down here, again, you're exceeding that. So these are all indications that that you're not designing to a grid, but rather randomly selecting line lengths and placing centered text. So you definitely, I would say it would be best to develop a grid and really adhere to that grid. Other than that, I think it's a great start. Good job, guys. Good. Images look much better. I think the images before, let me just zoom in here real quick. Boy, that's still a pixelated image. Yeah, we can see some compression artifact right through here and here. See if you can find a better quality image. That image looks pretty good. Of course, your images look great, team. Let's take a look at some other images while I'm zoomed in here. Yeah, again, some pixelization here. And I think that's the only images that image looks good. That image looks great. Let's zoom in and actually see we do have some pixelization here. I think these are low resolution images, guys, and we can really see it if we jump up here. Yeah, definitely. And now that we zoom in, we can clearly see pixelization here, and that could be problematic. I highly recommend you use high resolution images here. And again, pointing to the success of this presentation in your individual student portfolios. One other thing I noticed is down here in the configurator, right here in the prototypes, first choose your car. You know what? I mean, boy, that Subaru Outback is their #1 selling car, but you don't have it listed here. Outback is I believe it goes Outback and then Forester. It might even go Forester then Outback, but those are their two big sellers. So you would definitely want to use the Outback there because that's going to create some questions. Okay, all right. Other than that, I think you're looking fantastic, team. So good job, great job so far. If you have any questions at all, I mean, we're coming down to it here. So there's really only, I think, one more checkpoint. Actually, 2 more checkpoints before final submission. So if you have any questions or if anything I'm saying isn't specifically clear, please let me know so I can clarify. All right, team, great job. Any questions, please get with me as soon as possible. Thank you very much.